What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Football Capital, and we are back for another Premier League review show. I am joined with the Aussie Gooner. Welcome back to the Football Capital, to the Aussie Gooner, Steve. What's going on, mate? What's going on? Hey,
mate. You know, rolling through life, 3 points at a time. You know, just trying to grab as many points as we can get, and not from the top teams, because we can't afford that. We can't compete against the real fucking competitors and the contenders for the Premier League. We just go for the scraps, you know, down there in the shit amongst United, Spurs, West Ham, and the rest of that crap. But you know what? Look, you know, living the dream as an Arsenal fan. Is that easy? Is that
living
fair
the
enough?
dream?
Is that fair enough?
In the fucking nosebleeds, you blokes, eh?
Oh, bro.
Confirmed top four and all that sort of stuff, guaranteed.
No, nothing is confirmed.
Champions League.
Don't jump the gun, son.
Champions League music is playing all day in Steve's car. I can hear it, mate. I can hear it.
No.
We'll get to the Arsenal Villa game very soon. But Steve, welcome back. Yeah, it's good to have you on. I was on your channel the other day talking about the top four race, so guys, make sure you head over and check that video out too. We went in depth a little bit about top four and mostly about United and Arsenal, and you know how their seasons have are kind of looking and kind of been this year. What did we expect, and where we are now, and where we're going? Where we going? I don't know where we're going at the moment, Steve. But go check that video out, guys. I'll actually link it below, and I'll have it at the end. At the end of this video, at the end, so you can just easily click on it. But Steve, look, not much games this week because of the FA Cup and all that sort of stuff, but Premier League is still here. There was a couple of exciting games, shall we say, especially talking about relegation. Some of the clubs down there, you know, the Evertons and the Leeds United. It's like Leeds United just can't wait to get back into the Championship. You know, sacking Bielsa and you know, but getting the results. But let's go to this Everton game, right? Up against Newcastle. Yeah. Frank Lampard not having the rub of the green in the last couple of games. They got touched up by 5-0 to Spurs, and some other results not going their way. Even this morning, getting knocked out of the FA Cup by Crystal Palace. So Vieira again doing the job. He's done well with Vieira as well. You got to give him credit. What he's done with Palace this season, with the team that he had at the start of the season, you got to give him credit, because I did not expect FA Cup semi-final and how well he's been doing in the league with the bunch of players that he's got. We got to give him credit. But,
man, he's getting a tune out of that lot, isn't he?
Yeah. And but Everton, what's that? 90. What was that? 90. What is it? 90 something. Yeah, minute. Yeah, crazy. Look, there was probably like 16 minutes stoppage time because of the guy wanted to chain himself to the cable, tie himself to the goal post. Oh, you want to protest, bro? What was the protest for? It's like no to oil or something. Just, I don't know what's going on here.
You know, did you see the cutters they brought out? They were bigger than the guy that was chained to the post, right? Did you notice how big they were, bro? Like, I'm thinking they're going to bring the grinder out to scare the living shit out of him. This is the last time you're doing this, mate.
Bro, and it happened again this morning in the Spurs. It was in the Spurs game. What game was it? Yeah, it happened again. 2 more people around on the field. I don't think they tied themselves up, but they the same T-shirts or whatever. It might have been whatever they're protesting over the oil. But I know petrol prices are too high, Steve. I get it. We get it.
Yes, mate. But we understand the situation. But there's fuck all we can do about it. We want to watch some fucking football, mate.
The best thing was, bro, like there was an Everton. Was it an Everton fan that jumped on the field and was giving it to the guy that was protesting? He's like, bro, we need to win this game. What are you doing, bro? Who are you? Get the fuck out of here.
I think it was, man.
And I think he got thrown out.
They carried him off. They carried the fucker off. Like, they carried him off like he was injured or some shit. I would have just grabbed him and just chucked him into the aisles, mate.
But yeah, look, leading up to all that, but Everton, they got controversially, a lot of people are saying with the Allen red card, but they were playing majority of the game with 10 men. And to be honest, I didn't see Everton getting a result, to be honest. I thought the best thing they could do is they'll be lucky to hold out for a draw here. They'll be lucky, especially the form that Newcastle have been in recent months. You know, since January, they brought in some decent players in. The manager's got a little bit of a tune out of them. Players are stepping up. even the players that look like to be on the out, because of this money that's come in, the players on the out, I'm like, you know what? I got to fight for my spot. I'm going to be replaced. These guys don't care. And they're all kind of stepping up to the plate, which is good to see if you're a Newcastle United supporter. But Everton get that win. Calvert-Lewin with the back heel. And your boy, Alex Iwobi, getting it
was Willock
done.
v Iwobi. It was Willock v Iwobi. It was two Arsenal boys at each other, you know what I mean? And they were trying to get a result for their respective new teams. And you know what? Look, I'll be honest. Iwobi finished that really well, but Willock had some chances in this game. Willock had two decent chances in this game to score for Newcastle, and he fucked them up, mate. I'll be perfectly honest. He bollocks them both up. He should have scored at least one of those chances, mate. But Iwobi, great finish. And Dominic Calvert-Lewin, that pass, quality of that.
Good back heel, good weight to it and everything in the right direction. And bro, Frank Lampard broke his hand, celebrating that goal. I don't know if you've seen. He's coming out, his hands all busted up. And you can see what it means for him, especially as a manager, bro, because he's been criticised for what he's done at Chelsea, and now that he's come, a lot of people are saying, even the Everton job is too big for him, he doesn't know what he's doing. But I think we're coming to that era where ex-players, we're going to see more of them as managers, because I think that's just the direction we're going. So, like, maybe in 5-10 years' time, the Gerrards, the Lampards, who knows, the Solskjaers and all Vieiras, like all these guys that are coming out, they're going to be the new breed of managers, and it's coming into that period. Even you see what Xavi's doing at Barcelona. He went there and he didn't start off well. Somehow all these freebies they got in, they're all performing for him, and he's kind of the quick turn. I can't believe how quick the turnaround was for Barcelona this season, getting rid of Messi and all them players that they had to. Griezmann's gone. I think they might make it permanent at the end of the year. So many players on the out. Get in Traore, get in Aubameyang and all these other players that they've got in. They've got a tune out of them. Throw in some youngsters, and Xavi's got him working, bro. So this new age of managers coming in, we got to get used to it. I think it's time. Like, we might not rate him what he did at his last job, but I think this is the way we're kind of going to go, because all of the managers that we kind of grew up in, slowly trickling away, or don't really have it anymore, or the style of we're moving to a different maybe era of kind of football. You know what I'm saying? So with Lampard, he got the job done, and Everton slowly creeping away from that bottom. It's very important, that one, eh?
Look, I mean, Everton right now, they're in a bit of trouble on the pitch. They're in a bit of trouble off the pitch. The issues with Alistair Usmanov now and all this Russian stuff and blah, 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 that's not going to help. Yeah. So Everton right now need performances on the pitch, because it may just be that they're going to lose an owner. And the thing is, these performances now keep them up in the Premier League. If they go down, Everton are going to have a hard time coming back up into the Premier League with all this controversy, the lack of money, and they might lose some of these stars. So I think that's why these players are trying to do the best they can do to keep the team up, because they know it's going to be very hard to come back.
Yeah, and that's right, man. And you guys, luckily with the Usmanov thing, dodged the bullet there. Dodged the bullet.
All for him.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Everyone, and I think a lot of the Arsenal fan base were all for him, but with all the circumstances now, it's like, lucky we dodged that bullet. But looking at the fixtures that Everton got coming up, it doesn't favour him, bro. This is the thing. Like, I know they won, and I think this is the Newcastle game was very important to win because of the fixtures coming up. Liverpool, right? Wait, hold on. Sorry, no, not Liverpool yet. West Ham in the next one.
They're going to want to go for a win.
They have to, bro. And they're away. They're away as well. Everton are away. Then again, away to Burnley. Burnley still fighting at the moment. Mathematically still can get out. Then they're at home to Man United, Leicester, away to Liverpool, home to Chelsea, Leicester away, Brentford away, Brentford at home, and then Arsenal away. Not looking good. I mean... What he says,
that's a demolition job. Like what you just said now, that's like the end of the world, mate.
Yeah.
That's a nightmare, mate. That's a Freddy Krueger friggin' movie, mate. Like, seriously,
and that's how important the 3 points against Newcastle was, because looking at some of these games, on paper, you could get a result out of West Ham. You could, if you're very patient. Maybe a draw. A draw could be your best bet. A draw could be Burnley. They're going to be fighting for it, but if you can grab a goal, early or be the first one to score, I don't see Burnley really coming back to win that game. So I think get the first goal, and you're guaranteed at least a point. Then you got Man United. 3-pointer.
You don't know who's going to show up there. Man United show up.
3-pointer for Everton.
It could be 4.
But it could be 4 for United. But, on paper,
you got players. They could just, and it's all over.
That's right. And then they got Leicester twice because it's one of them's a catch up, and Liverpool's in Liverpool, and then the Chelsea, and the one right at the end, the last day of the season against Arsenal, and that could be determining what happens at the top of the table. Arsenal could be fighting on the last day for that 4th position. Everton could be fighting for relegation. So imagine that. Imagine that, yeah. Imagine if if it's City and Liverpool on the last day fighting for the title.
Oh my
God. If Liverpool win the league and Everton get relegated.
Oh my God. Mate.
It's a double celebration for them. They equal Man United's tally. Everton get relegated and they win the league. It'll be incredible. But troubling times for Everton, but definitely a massive win for them. Moving on, Steve, to the Molineux, where we had Wolverhampton Wanderers. Went from Wolverhampton Wanderers to the Western Sydney Wanderers in the second half. Because it was 2-0, Steve, and it's like, oh, there we go. Is Borce on the sideline again? Because conceding silly goals, to be honest. And one of the goals, I'm not sure if it was the first or second. There's 3 defenders in the back, full exposed, and they just get an easy tap, almost a tap in from around the penalty.
Was that Johnny goal? Was that Johnny goal?
Yeah,
the ball coming back. Pretty much the pretty much coming from the right hand side, I think it was. And they just he's standing there on his fucking own.
On his own. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that was him. And he hasn't even been that. He's not even a big goal threat. Like the commentators were saying, this guy ain't much of a goal threat. Yeah. He manages to score.
Yeah, he hasn't scored in ages at all. I don't know this season, but
shit.
Yeah, but that's the thing with Leeds. They've done that all season, right? And I don't really see much change of this new manager coming in. You got to give him time. Obviously, it's not a lot of it's not his players. We've seen, who was it?
Harrison?
No. Who got injured?
Those 2 guys were crack.
Who's the striker? What's his name? The striker? Not Beckford. Beckford used to play for Leeds. What was his name, bro?
No, wait.
Let me get it up.
What's his fucking name?
Their striker. He got injured again. He got injured.
It starts with a B or some shit.
Anyway.
Bamford.
There you go. Yeah, Bamford.
I keep thinking I'm saying
Bambi
Brentford,
on ice. I was thinking Beckford because Beckford used to play for him. Scored against fucking United. That cunt knocked us out of the FA Cup. But Bamford comes back from injury, Steve, and does another injury. And you can see how upset he was as well. And last season he was like one of their main players. But they turned it up. Second half, they turned it on, bro. And they got the goals to equalise. And then again in the 90 or something minute, bro. They did it last week. Who they last minute against last time? Midweek. Who they played midweek? They did the same thing where they let me have a look. Let me have a look at these results. But the same thing. Two games back to back against Norwich. Was it against Norwich?
There you go.
No, it wasn't. No. It wasn't against.
No, it wasn't.
They beat Norwich, but there was another last minute. I'm not too sure actually.
Whoa, shit's falling over.
But there was another.
Mate,
hold on, where are they though? It wasn't Norwich. It was somewhere else. Anyways, there was another last minute winner by them, and they need these points because now they're slowly creeping away from that danger zone. And we know 16 years of not being in the Premier League. Leeds are a big rival to Man United. Now, I don't feel that rivalry because it's something that's happened back in the day, maybe before my time. So the Reds in England and the Leeds supporters in England, I think they understand that rivalry more than actually maybe the United fans around the world. It's not like it's a Liverpool or like a City where we really feel the rivalry. We're just kind of told to hate these guys, but there's not really any hatred, to be honest. But it is
animosity,
yeah. So yeah. So it was a big victory for them, especially like I said, 16 years in the championship. You're never too good to go down. We've said that before.
Nah, look at Everton. Who would have thought this season? This is a team that we all thought everyone would have said top 8 for Everton.
Bro, how good were they at the start of the season? Killing it. Yeah. They were like they were like, oh, can they win the league? Can they upset? Can they top 4? Yeah.
What they do to Arsenal? It was fucking epic. And so like you said, you never can tell what's going to happen. But you know what about this game? Like, did you see that fucking that Jimenez fucking card?
Yeah.
Again. Like this guy's Granit Xhaka and Jimenez must be brothers or some shit. Like these two guys, like seriously, man. It's like this guy's fucking hanging to get sent off the pitch, and he's and the innocence always like, why? Well,
yeah, it made a difference, right? The red card made a difference, and then that's where all the goals started coming in.
Yeah, and then Leeds would jump for joy then.
Yeah, but yeah, look, some cracking goals in that one. Leeds getting the victory. Look. Well deserved if they can keep. I don't know how. Let's have a look at their run quickly before we move on.
For Leeds,
I don't know how their running is. It's all like now. It's all going to come down to. I think they have a few.
Who's fit?
Yeah, but who's fit? Not just that. It's like how many catch-up games do they have to the teams below them? So
the catch-up.
They got their catch-up game is against Chelsea, so that's not scheduled yet. You know what, bro?
Like
the next three games, Southampton, Watford, Palace, tricky, but definitely doable, bro. Southampton
Palace might be difficult.
It might be difficult, yeah, because it's away. They're playing at Selhurst Park, but Southampton at home, you could get a result. Southampton are good. I like what Hassan Hutel does with that squad, but they're definitely gettable. There's been times where Southampton get the result against the big teams, then get their asses handed to them by the other teams. The teams their level, kind of, Yeah. Then it's the big one, the 6-pointer against Watford. You beat Watford, you keep them in the relegation zone. You don't give them a sniff to break out of that. You kind of kind of call yourself safe, sorta, right?
Yeah.
Then their run gets a bit tricky, like you said. That Palace game, I think that Palace game they should go all out for it because the next fixtures are Manchester City, then Arsenal, right? And I don't know where Chelsea is going to fall into that because there's a catch-up, so Chelsea's in the mix there. And to finish off the season, Brighton and Brentford. So, winnable again if they pick up a bit of form. But what are your thoughts, bro? Leeds getting out of this? Can they survive?
You know what? They've got an easier run than Everton. They're a team that can score goals. So we can say, they got goals in them, but they got goals against them. I reckon they could scrape it through. Honestly, I think Leeds are going to stay up. I think they're going to stay up.
Yeah.
I think they'll scrape through this season.
Might be interesting towards the end.
They've got some heart, man. Like you saw them in this game, with the likes of like James and Harrison was gunning this game. Like, did you see how many opportunities there were?
Yeah,
they couldn't finish them.
They couldn't.
But they were creating a lot.
Yeah, and that's the thing. The game where they lost, they might have lost on the last minute, bro. I might be wrong. To Newcastle, I think they lost to Newcastle. But it was.
Wait a minute! I think you're right. I think I remember that.
No, it wasn't. Or it was to Leicester.
No.
It was to Leicester. I think
Leicester?
It might have been the Harvey Barnes goal. I think. Definitely, I think it was to Leicester. They lost, bro. And it was 1-0. It was with their new manager. I think it was the manager's first game. Have a look. If you have it up there.
I'm looking at it now. It was the 1-0 against Leicester. That's right. It was the 1-0 against Leicester. Here it is. Yeah. Where is it? It was a late minute goal, I think. Yeah. No, it was actually Harvey Barnes in the 67th, and that was it.
But the thing is, all right, it wasn't last minute, but it was the only chance they got, and it was Leeds. They were dominating the whole game, and they just couldn't get that goal. They had so many chances, like like we've seen in this game as well, so many chances. If they can just finish them off, and that's the thing when you don't have Bamford there up front to be that goal poacher, you need to rely on like Rodrigo or Rafinha for a spectacular. How many times did Rafinha have hit the crossbar from a free kick in the last couple of weeks? Free kick specialist off the post, but
it's great.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, he might be not. A lot of clubs after him, Liverpool, the Liverpools and all that.
I think he's Liverpool bound. I think Liverpool will do fucking beats with him.
Yeah, I know. It just looks like he's a player that will fit their system.
Oh, badly, man. He will fit straight in. Like, that's the kind of guy that Liverpool should be hunting down. And you know what? I won't be surprised if they go for him and they get him.
It's a typical Liverpool signing. Rafinha, like your Diaz, like your Jotas, typical Liverpool signing where he's a good player at another club and we just got him. And he's under Klopp, they just go to a next level. But yeah, look, I'm with you. I think they could just sneak in and stay in the Prem. But your boys, Steve, the Gooners have confirmed official.
Here we go.
I'm just reading the reports. Fabrizio Romano says, here we go, Arsenal, Champions League next season. You know the paper. They've got the paper ready. They spun the balls. Arsenal is in Group A. Yeah.
Here we go.
In the Champions League.
None of that. Not yet. Not yet, mate. Not yet.
I don't want to play the music. I might get the copyright strikes. But Steve, you've been playing it all day. 1-0 to the Arsenal at Villa. It was a tough game, bro. Like I said, to be honest, before the game, we were all talking in the group chat. I thought there was going to be goals. To be honest, I thought there was going to be goals, but it looks like Villa changed it up a little bit. To me, it looked like, we're a little bit scared. Let's try just hold off. It was more of, let's not try cop the goals and let's try win the game to me. That's what it looked like. I think Gerrard kind of changed it up. I don't know why. I think if he went for it, especially looking at your lineup, Leno. Did Cedric start or did he come on?
Cedric started for Tomiyasu because Tommy still ain't right.
Yeah.
Leno was in goal for the first time in like donkey's years.
Yeah.
Right. And ESR started on the left.
Yeah.
Instead of Martinelli.
Where was Martinelli? He wasn't even on the
Martinelli
bench.
was ill. He's got an illness of some sort.
Yeah, okay.
And Ramsdale's picked up a hip injury. Now, you know what's funny though? Ramsdale was at the game.
I thought it would have been in Portugal because last time, one of our players got a hip injury. So it's a hat trick. It's a hat trick next week then.
And he's hugging Leno, mate. He's holding Leno like this. The fucking celebrations was hilarious.
Yeah, it's like he's won the league. But
we won the Aston Villa Cup.
Villa Cup, bro. But that was one thing I found a little bit strange by Gerrard, bro. Like, I think Gerrard, you're gonna finish mid-table. I know you want to finish as high as you can, but take the opportunity. Leno, we know he's a great shot stopper, but he hasn't been playing, bro. So take them shots, and we know Leno is not the best of playing out from the back. We've seen a lot of times, even a few red cards where he's come out taking the player instead of the ball and he's been sent off. If Villa just pressed your players in the back, or even your keeper, there could have been a few mistakes there, but they didn't do that, bro. It was a bit weird. But Arsenal, bro, Saka getting the goal, very strong in defence. To be honest, I can't remember a chance that Villa had besides at the end with a free kick.
One shot on target.
If that. But how'd you see your performance from your boys, bro? Very professional for a team it's to my opinion, bro, it's a form. It's that kind of game, that kind of 3 points where that a team does when they're going for the league. It's them. It's them type of wins. How'd you see this one?
It's like it's like a dirty win. And for Leno, look, the way I saw this game is, I know Gerrard's changed his style of football to suit Arsenal, but we did the same. See, in this game, you wouldn't have seen much of the ball getting played out the back from Leno. You would have seen him hoofing it up. Now, he's got to work on his kicking because a lot of the time, that was fucking in Gerrard's hands or in Arteta's hands. But the game itself started off well. We were positive. We went at them. It was quick passing. It was smooth. The issue I have is after we got the Saka goal, we kind of hit the brakes. We kind of slowed down. We allowed Villa back into the game. Now, Villa themselves, they didn't really produce much. They were too busy sitting on the back foot. They couldn't come forward. And every time they did try to come forward, our defenders shut them down like they weren't. It wasn't even a hard time for our defenders. Our midfield, Thomas Partey in this game, I got to see the quality of Thomas Partey, because the passes he was putting through to ESR, the passes he was putting through to Odegaard, the control he had in the midfield. He had a turn in the midfield that looked like something out of FIFA. It was great to watch Partey, expose Villa's midfield. But I think Gerrard, the reason why he played this is because the first time they faced us, they got slapped up.
Yeah.
And the thing is, he's thinking, we can't have that here. I think he came for a point. In my opinion, I think Gerrard came here for 1 point and not 3, because they didn't really. If it wasn't for Pepe giving a shitty foul right at the end and that free kick, they had no real shots on target. And that's, to be honest, if you're a Villa supporter right now, I'd be disgraced at that performance. I wouldn't be sitting there like Ashley Young sitting there talking about Arsenal's fucking celebrations at the end of the fucking game. What I'd be doing is, as a Villa player, is before you start whinging about another team's celebrations, you've got the opportunity to do something. It means win the game. Now, if you can't win the game, put your head down, shut the fuck up, get back in there with the gaffer and figure out why you lost. That's the problem here.
Yeah.
They needed to come at Arsenal, and they didn't do that. They didn't take the advantage that they had. So
I just think,
my boys.
I just think Gerrard went into this game and thought,
1 point.
Nah, let's lose this game so United don't get Champions League. The fucking prick.
You reckon? He's that fucking dirty on you?
Yeah, I know. Come on, bro. He could have easily won this game. Come on, bro. He's gone in and go, boys, listen, just give him one goal, hold it tight, make it look like we're going for him, have a 10-minute, 15-minute spell where we're attacking.
Who's going to score it from Villa? Tell me who's going to score that goal for Villa.
They might need to call our Bomblehole back, bro. They might need to call our Bomblehole back. But, John Carew. But, agent Gerrard, bro. He did it so United don't have a sniff in. But, bro. It was definitely a good win for you boys, especially going into the international break, where the last thing you want is to drop points and then go away. And like we all know, like the first thing you want to do is after you lose a game is play the next game straight away as quick as you can. International break doesn't help, but as long as you guys are now all right into the international break, we got the 3 points. We're 4 points clear of, I think, United with a game in hand.
Three off Tottenham.
3 off Tottenham with a game in hand or not? Equal.
Game in hand.
Game in hand on Tottenham. So 2 on United. How many games in on United?
No, I think it's 1.
Oh, no. Both. So
1 on United,
yeah,
1 on
Spurs.
Tottenham.
So Spurs played the game and equal games with us. They're 1 point in front of us and then 3 behind you. Yeah, so look, not a bad way to end it before the international break for the Gunners. Especially with, West Ham dropping points there to your boys, your mates, your next door neighbours, the boys in white.
Dude, 3-1. You want to get into that? You want to get into that now?
Look, at the end of the day, bro, 3 points is 3 points.
I can tell you what happened there.
3 points is 3 points, bro. What now, Steve? What now?
Look, 3 points.
Moyes has the shits because United sacked him, so he gave away the Tottenham win, so they can try and get top 4. All these ex fucking United pricks.
This is all a fucking conspiracy.
Conspiracy, bro.
EPL conspiracy wrap up.
Yeah, that's the next one for sure. But Spurs get the win, Steve. There, Spurs get that win. 3 points behind you guys, and they still have to play you.
Yes, they do. Look, if you're a Spurs fan, it's positive. If you're looking at the game somewhat as a neutral, I don't look at it as a neutral, but I can pull back a little bit. You play 3 in the back against a top-heavy Spurs. Are you stupid or retarded or both? Because at the end of the day, you got to think of it this way. Spurs don't have a great midfield. They have an okay midfield. They have a dodgy defense, but great going forward. Kane is doing well at the moment. Son, bloody hell, that bloke. And Kulusevski, give this guy credit. Has he not hit the ground running, Borce, for them? He has been phenomenal. These guys got to wrap him up. They got to buy him. He is being great.
He's not on loan, is he?
No, he's on loan.
Are you sure?
On loan, but I think it's loan option to buy.
Maybe.
So,
he's a bit of a fraud, bro. He's a bit of a fraud, this Kulusevski. You know, he was a Macedonian international. Then he went to Sweden.
Fuck off, because he's had enough of Macedonia, mate.
He's had enough.
Macedonia.
Yeah,
he's
fucking
like,
prick.
there'll be none of that.
Fucking should have, at least we could have traded with Ibrahimovic or something. Give us something in return. Do you know what I mean? Call back Henrik Larsson. We'll take Henrik Larsson back at his age now. Him and Pandev out of retirement can come fucking do a job. But you're right. Kulusevski's
in a wheelchair.
Kulusevski's been good, bro. To be honest, he's been carving it up.
Done.
And
combination with Kane has been really good. It's like these guys have been playing for months. These two.
It's a good run from them. So they're creeping. They're creeping for the top four, bro. I still think it's done. I still think, like we spoke about on your channel, and make sure everyone goes to check out that video. Like I said, I'll have it linked below and at the end of this.
We went into depth there too.
Yeah. And look, I still think it's Arsenal's to lose, to be honest. It's in Arsenal's hands. I just don't think United or Spurs have the consistency to win any of their games. United haven't won more than 2 games back to back. Like, haven't won more than 2 games in a row this season. So what makes you think now, all of a sudden for Champions League, that we're gonna bounce back into some form and do that, and then Arsenal is gonna capitulate again and drop 7 points or whatever it is for us to catch up? I don't even think we'll win the game against you guys when we play at the Emirates. I don't even think we'll win that. So I think it's tied up. Top 4, it is what it is. What order it's going to finish, Liverpool first, City first, Chelsea 4th, Arsenal 3rd. You never know how it's going to pan out, but I just think that top 4 is that top 4 in my opinion. I don't think Spurs have the bottle to keep pushing, especially with some of the games that they got. Even some of the games against the smaller clubs, it looks like they look to bottle straight away. I don't know what happens, no consistency. And my boys, to be honest, I can't personally, I don't trust the boys to get the job done over the line. So I think it is what it is, Steve. I know you don't want to admit it, but off camera, you're already holding your gold trophy. In the group chat, you're bringing out the top 4 gold Premier League trophy back again. You're playing that Champions League music in the group chat. I know the recordings, bro. I should play the recordings, bro. The Champions League
Don't
music.
do that, because then this shit will be fucking they will take this down, man. This will be fucking horrible, mate. It'll be a Xhaka tackle.
Xhaka tackle. Yeah, 100%. But what do you think? Top 4 for you? Just to quickly wrap it up.
Look, I think we're in a very good position right now to take top 4. We are. It's not done and dusted. The boys pulled out a great win, not a great win, a win against Liverpool. I don't think it's done and dusted yet. Not yet. I'll be jumping around when there's 2 or 3 games to go, and then I'll talk about it. I want to see my boys at the later stages of the season. This is a young squad, and this is pressure. Would you not agree? New squad, a lot of pressure. So I'm going to hold out for that. But at the moment, if you're going to be looking at, who's at the highest percentage of making top 4, of course it's Arsenal. Yeah. But you can't rule out, and I still am not fazed about Tottenham, because they can't defend to save their lives. The only reason they did that over West Ham is because you played 3 in the back. And if you look at that game, the defenders were all over the joint. The first goal was a defensive error. The third goal, defensive error. So I'm not going there. I look at Tottenham versus Man United. Now, did you remember that game? I'm pretty sure you wouldn't have forgotten that.
So,
did you see what happened there? Now, this is that X factor that I talk about that United have. They've got individual players that when they want to show up and turn on, they fucking turn on. And that's the one thing that United has. One day there'll be a team, but right now they've got individual presence. So I think it's still between United and Arsenal. I think Tottenham will drop off. If Arsenal stay in this form, of course, we'll take top 4. It'll depend. It'll last 3 games and we'll talk.
Yeah, you still got, like we said, still got the North London derby there, still got Chelsea to play, and obviously Man United. And then Everton I know Everton, look, they've done the job at their home ground against you guys, but you never know, it could all come down to that one at the end of the season where it's do or die for maybe both, for them, but more so for your top 4 chances. But it is going to get interesting. We are on a little bit of a break now, international week. To try to sort ourselves out, especially our boys at Man United. We've got Cristiano Ronaldo could be exiting Europe again in the space of 2 weeks, So could fucking Bruno if they don't beat Turkey. But yeah, Steve, we'll wrap it up there. It's been an interesting week of some football there, and we'll be back as soon as the Premier League gets back and running. Good to see you back on the YouTube.
Thank you, mate.
And
It's been a while, hasn't it? It's been a while.
It's been a while, mate. It's been a while. You only come when top four's certain. You come back on, eh?
No. My boys were winning games, and I was.
To be fair, you came back when you lost to Liverpool, so you know.
Exactly.
That's right.
So I didn't come back on a high. I came back when it was right, and we lost to Liverpool.
There you go.
What do you do?
But yeah, guys, look,
Liverpool.
guys, make sure you head over to the Aussie Gooner YouTube channel. Give him a subscribe. Yeah, on the road to 100 subs. Let's make that happen by the end of the season. Yeah, help the boy out. There's some great content over there. Get some of the boys from the UK like Kenny Ken and all them lot from. He does a few streams with Igal as well. Obviously from you can see him on the terrace and all that sort of stuff. So Steve's getting up there, mate. So head over.
Around, mate.
Steve, like you always say, man, anyone that's happy to jump on, chat a little bit of Arsenal, you're happy to have him on as well. So guys, hit him up on Instagram, the Aussie Gooner. Have a chat with Steve. Get on his channel, talk a bit of Arsenal. Good times at the moment for you lot. For me, yeah, look, don't really want to talk about it.
It's
talk
like an injection, and
don't really want to talk about it. But if you want to see my misery and my demise and my depression, subscribe to the Football Capital. Like always, comment below, and yeah. We'll see you on the next one. Steve, thanks, bro, and I'll see you soon.
Sure, mate. Uru, mate.
Uru.